kid, it's the 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 kid. It's the kid, 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 it's the kid. It's the kid, it's the kid, it's the kid, it's the kid, it's the kid. Guys, we have a good show for you today. Good show for you tonight. Remember, guys, we are here. This is the home of football analysis. This is the home of football news. This is the home of lovely stuff. My gosh, why haven't I put all the cool stuff in here? Oh my gosh, I'm crazy. So this is where we're at right now. So we're going to talk Thiago. We're going to talk Bale. I'm going to talk Barcelona. Barcelona might be one of the worst run clubs in recent memory. I don't think there is a major club that is more worst run than Barcelona. These guys are garbage. I'm talking criminal courts, judges, people being thrown into jail, being thrown into prison. A manager who hasn't been sacked. He was sacked, but he hasn't actually been officially been sacked. A manager you hire can't actually be in the touch because he's not really legally the manager yet. The amounts of just madness and craziness happening at Barcelona is laughable. It is absolutely laughable, and it is just shocking that a club of Barcelona stature is run like that. But we'll get to all of those details. But like, first off, the Barcelona guys, if you're here, like the video, do whatever the heck you like, subscribe, do whatever the heck you like, dislike, whatever the heck you like. We're here to have fun. I've got my Ribena here. I've got my flipping Oreos here. And it's time for us to dig in. Remember, see, the key thing here, guys, is about life. Live through, live free, live like good old piranha. So let's talk about this dude right here and then. Let me just make sure that everything is all cool in here. There he is. Oh, look at him. What a sweet child. Thiago Alcantara. It's official. He has said his goodbyes. So I think, look, I've already put out a video talking about how it's a good signing, it's a quality signing, and so forth. It improves Liverpool greatly. Well, he has to readjust. But I want to just, rather than repeating myself, I want to come at it from a whole new different angle. I'm like, why? Let's start there. Why? Why would he join Liverpool from Bayern Munich? This isn't him coming from Osasuna or Elche, moving to Liverpool, which of course is obviously, I want to move to a bigger club. You know, Liverpool isn't a bigger club than Bayern. Bayern isn't a bigger club than Liverpool. They're both massive in stature with great history. So he isn't moving a step up. And you're leaving a club who won the treble quite convincingly and who are far and away the best club in the world. So why? Why? What would make Thiago leave Bayern Munich? Why would he want to leave Bayern Munich? Especially in the fact that they've got Leroy Sané coming in through. The team is looking good. The team is looking nice and fresh. What would be the reason? Again, why? So, for me, there are a couple of reasons, because I try and put myself inside the mind of Thiago. Like, what would he be thinking? What would be his motivation to leave such an amazing team? Because anybody who is successful wants to be more successful, and Bayern Munich can be much more and more successful. But for me, I look at a few things here. I think a key attraction has to be Klopp. I think Klopp has to be a key attraction. Now, this is no slight on Hansi Flick, because I think Hansi Flick, as I said again, what he did in that year arguably has to be one of the best. It is the best managerial first season I've ever seen. There's never been a manager who has come through halfway through the season, taking over a team that were in trouble, a manager who has been sacked and ended up winning the treble at the end of the season. There's never been someone who's done that. Homeboy's done that. So that's, for me, is amazing. That's incredible. So you've got to just give the dub to Homeboy. So credit to Hansi Flick, quality for what he does. So again, so you go to, okay, why would Thiago want to join Liverpool? But I feel that even if you're in somewhere that is very successful and you're always winning, you're getting W's upon W's, you're winning, you're successful, there is that whole thing of you yearn for something more. and you yearn for something different and you yearn for a new challenge because you always want to take upon something new. Take upon something new. So just come at it from a whole new angle. And I think that for Thiago, it's because I think that his role at Liverpool, I think, will be far greater. Because at Bayern Munich, he is definitely one of the best players. He's a key player, and he was a huge key player for Bayern Munich during their run. But I think that at Liverpool, it provides something new and exciting. Those two things, new and exciting, for Thiago. And I feel that the way that he's going to be used, I feel will be different. Because I think it was Kadim who was actually, he sort of messaged me, Kadim obviously, German expert and so forth, because he said that, Thiago is more of a deep lying playmaker. That's what his role is. And my thing is that necessary? Because I know he's not a box-to-box dude in the way that Naby Keita is. But my thing, though, is he's just been used as a deep line playmaker for Bayern Munich. But when he was at Barcelona, he was much more of an attacking player, and he was much more in the latter third. And he just his role just got changed for Bayern Munich. So my thing, though, is that Naby Keita hasn't really worked out for Klopp and Liverpool. I still think he's a talented player. I still think that the guy, his money has got something to show. But he's obviously not been able to really say what's up in the way that they wanted him to. So I feel that your boy Klopp may say, all right, Thiago, I get you were a stream. I get you were a central midfield doing your thing, your Macarena, I get the whole CL. But I want you to say what's up. I want you to say what's up. I want you to live. That's the key. That's the Klopp said, Thiago, I want you to live. I want you to live, and I want you to be that dude. And he wants to bring the Brazilian out of him. I think Bayern Munich used the Spanish Thiago. I think Klopp may want to use the Brazilian Thiago and say, we need another attacking dimension. We need to improve our midfield. We need better passing, because let's be real. Shout out to your boy Henderson, shout out to your boy Ronaldo, shout out to your boy Fabinho. Thiago goes in there, he's the best midfielder at that club. Let's just be real. Just based on ability, he's the best midfielder at that club. Now, obviously, Henderson and Ronaldo can do things that Thiago can't do, especially like a Fabinho in terms of winning the ball, pressing, and their off the ball qualities. But in terms of on the ball, Thiago's going to be the best dude. So that's more things that I feel that he's going to be utilized in a different kinds. Wait, what's this phone keep on dropping? In a different kind of sense, man. Pushing Thiago forward will be a miserable failure. How so? Why so? Tell me, why would that be a miserable failure? Explain to me. I don't, because you might as well try, but why do you feel it will be a miserable failure? Now, it may not work supremely well and so forth, but you might as well try it. You just might as well try it. I just think you should try it. Maybe Thiago knows Hansi Flick is a rookie who got lucky, and he knows that Bayern will not be able to build on that success. Okay, I think that's a reach. That's a serious reach, because that is a massive assumption to say he got lucky. Also, as well, I don't know how you get lucky with a treble. You can't fluke your way to a treble. You can't fluke your way. Okay, so you can't fluke your way to a Champions League. Well, sort of. You cannot fluke your way to a treble, because that is where you have to pretty much be on it, and the concentration levels you need to be battling and succeed on three fronts. You can't fluke your way to that. That makes no logical sense, my dear friend. I'm sorry. That makes zero logical sense. Is that he's a rookie. So I don't think it's a case of Hansi Flick. I think Thiago probably already made his mind up before the season ended. And I think it was just even a perfect end that, boom, because he's been for 6, 7 years. Because 100%, it is still weird, though, that, man, why would this be, why would this sort of happen? And so, why would you leave a team that just won the treble? You can win with them more. But I don't think it's the case of the manager, bro. I don't think it's the case of the manager. I think that's just being real. Um, I think pairing Thiago with Fabinho or with Henderson is the way forward, since Thiago has excelled in a deep role. It's like signing Havertz to play right wing where he can play, but isn't world class. Yeah, no. For me, I think, look, it's basically, put it this way: 100%. I think Klopp wants Thiago based on his central midfield skills, but I don't think he will necessarily just restrict him being a central midfielder. Like, I think Klopp does know that, yeah, they won the Premier League with Brexit. You know, a Brexit midfield was enough that they needed, because I think in the front three and in the fullbacks, that was enough for them to create and to get goals. So all they needed was functionality and thuggery from that midfield. But I think he knows, and he now feels that we have to improve that midfield, and we will get found out. And we cannot go through another season playing Brexit midfield. We need to improve the quality, and we need somebody that could help give some definition and some personality to that midfield. And I do think that a Thiago Fabinho thing could work really well, because similar to what you see for Real Madrid, where Casemiro is much more of the defensive-minded midfielder, and you have like a Modric or a Toni Kroos who sort of go up and are a bit much more attacking, you know. So that's what I said. Like, the issue here is this: it's he can, but will he be able to? 100% he can, because that's where he played at Barcelona. But because he hasn't played there for 5, 6, 7 years, it may be a thing of where he just doesn't have the knack to do it, because it's been such a long time since he's been asked to play that specific role in terms of playing further forward. So that's just where that issue arises, man. But I would be surprised if you don't see in games, or if Klopp doesn't instruct Thiago, say, Thiago, I want you to advance with the ball. I want you to bring the ball forward. I see that's the key thing. I don't think he's going to play him forward. I think that he's going to be the one that he wants him to bring the ball. So not as if he will not be put in the number 10 role. Is that, no, when you have the ball, I want you to drive and go forward with the ball, which he can, because he's got very good balance with the ball, and left foot, right foot, very skillful player. Yeah, as I said again, look, it's not pushing him up there. I think it is in terms of a ball carrier, because right now for Liverpool, who is the ball carrier? Wijnaldum, Henderson, Fabinho. These guys aren't good ball carriers. When have you seen these guys like drive forward the ball, beating 2, 3, 4 guys, 4, 5 guys, and really going forward with the ball into the last third? Hardly ever, because that's not their game, you know. But Thiago can do that, and I think basically Naby Keita hasn't played further forward. He's in midfield 3, but he's instructed to go forward with the ball. And I think the issue that Klopp has had with Naby Keita is perhaps he's not really made the right decisions in terms of releasing the ball or having that right pass or playing that right pass. But with Thiago, when he's in those decisions, because he's older and he's better, more experienced, he's most likely going to be able to play that pass and thread that pass through and so forth, and be able to really say what's up. All right, what else are you guys saying? So yeah, so look, man, I say, look, this isn't a guarantee that he'll be amazing. Okay? Because let's just put it, because I think there are times where people can slightly overhype things. He is a good player. He's a quality player. This isn't peak Xavi. This isn't Zidane. This isn't like flipping Pirlo. Okay? And again, people will disagree with me. I don't know what you guys think. I still think Toni Kroos is a better central midfielder. I think he's more skilled in terms of just skill. I think Thiago is more skilled and can do more stuff with the ball, but I don't think that he's a better central midfielder than that dude. But this is why it's a big signing for Liverpool. It improves them. That's the thing. Liverpool are already good, and even without Thiago, I still said that it's going to be a struggle, because you can get a injury here and there. But I still felt without Thiago that I still went with them to win the league, because I just trust that Salah, Man, and so forth, they'll find those goals and they'll be able to score those goals as they did against Leeds. But the thing about it is, when you now bring Thiago in, it improves them in a pretty key vital area because the midfield, that's the heartbeat of your team. So by that virtue, Liverpool fans have to be happy because you're now in a good, strong position. Because I think if Liverpool went into this season without really making a true major signing, then they'd have to be worried. They'd have to be worried, you know. They'd have to be worried. So I think what Klopp wants from Thiago is to slightly change how Liverpool play. And to be able to, because there are situations where I think Klopp may say, I want us to keep the ball, hold on to the ball. So if we're under pressure or we are a bit out of sorts, let us have 5 minutes of keeping the ball. And I think this is the great guy to go to. Because I always say, like, he's like, you know, the William Carvalho, like a sponge where, all right, if in doubt, find Thiago, give the ball to him. Because you know, when you give the ball to him, he will keep the ball and he will find a man, you know, based on just the ability that he has. And I think that it's always a very important thing to have that dependable central midfielder who can receive the ball, keep the ball, look up, give the ball, and can keep possession. Because I say possession is overrated based on how much people put into possession. City can have 70% possession and still lose the game. But where possession is important is when you're in trouble, when you need to calm things down. Or if, let's say, a team is gaining momentum, which is what the tiki-taka guys did so well, is they say, all right, we're under pressure, keep us. Because when you keep possession and you force the team to chase you, it changes the dynamics of the game. So that opposing team, they lose confidence and you stifle their momentum. How you stifle a team's momentum is you don't allow them to touch the ball for like 5 minutes. So when they do get the ball, they don't have the same spark. But if you keep giving up the ball to the opposition, it builds up their confidence. And you eventually can concede a goal. So I think, and that is just something that Liverpool have not really been able to do in terms of just really hold on to the ball. They've just been a very much an impact team. We get the ball, boom. The game against Leeds, I think Klopp would have said, bro, guys, Leeds are trying to say, what's up? We need to just keep hold of the ball. But in Wijnaldum, in Fabinho, in Henderson, these guys don't have the skill set that your boy Alcantara has. From your boy Josh Beston, who is the most overrated midfielder in the Premier League and why? The most overrated? Most overrated? Might be Henderson. It might be Henderson. And again, Henderson is good and so forth, but he won the Football Writers Award. The fact that he won the Football Writers Award means that he is overrated. He's overrated, man. So what we call possession is playing the ball between Zuma and Rudiger 30 times before attempting to progress the ball. You see, that's, technically speaking, is possession. But that you could say is useless possession. That's the thing. It is useless possession, you know. That's the thing, is useless possession. Saeed, I told you, have hope, Saeed. Have hope, have faith. So let me ask you guys this then. Question for the live chat. How successful, how much better do you think Thiago is going to make Liverpool? For the live chat, let us see what you guys say. How much better do you think he makes Liverpool? Do you think it will be like a huge, amazing impact? All right. Do you think maybe Liverpool are maybe overrating what a 29-year-old can do? And he'll be high and so forth, but he will not make that much of a big impact. So how much better do you think he'll make this Liverpool team? Let me see what you guys are saying, man. 3 points. Better defensively. How so? Better defensively. That's mad. They will win both the Premier League and Champions League. Because of Thiago? I mean, I think you're going to be a while there. All this hype and we see so reactionary. You see, for me, he is a good player. Let's just say he is a good player. But I do admit that, see, the issue that people have is people can get very reactionary because, let's be real, how highly do we truly rate Thiago? Because for me, I rate him. But as I said again, if you've watched both of them play, which is why I did the whole football battle, based on just what he did in the Champions League. But if we now look at both of them play, are you telling me that Thiago Alcantara is a better central midfielder than Toni Kroos? You can't say that. As in terms of pass completion, pass accuracy, keeping hold of the ball, midfield domination, and so forth, you cannot tell me that Thiago Alcantara is a better central midfielder, the role of the central midfielder better than Toni Kroos. You can't say that. So he is good, but you can't say that he's one of the best midfielders in the world, So I think that I don't want to say overrating because overrating might be a bit too much, But I just think that people just need to be realistic in how they view Thiago. That's what I'm saying. Just be realistic. Just be realistic, man. Thiago wouldn't fit HH. How wouldn't he fit? Because Klopp isn't stupid. I think Klopp knows the player that he gets, and I think that he will know that, okay, we have to slightly change a Liverpool team. But how wouldn't he fit? Because you'd expect Liverpool to be the dominant force in most games, and Thiago, we know, can keep the ball very well and can distribute the ball very well, and he knows that he can he's very good at giving a good forward pass, which is what Liverpool need, especially with guys like Salah and Mane getting into an advanced position. So I don't know how he doesn't fit. Junior Aziz, thank you for the super chat sponsor, Junior Aziz. Looking at how Liverpool play, I think the tactical decision will be to start Henderson versus starting Thiago. GG is box to box and needed. Fabinho CDM. But isn't Wijnaldum meant to be leaving? That's what I thought. I thought Wijnaldum was meant to be leaving for Barcelona. Because so even if Wijnaldum is there, you're telling me that they're going to get someone like Thiago Alcantara and it's going to be on the bench? For me, I think really the midfield is probably going to be him, Fabinho, Henderson. I think that is the first choice midfield. I think Wijnaldum gets pushed out, So, because I've always said that Liverpool have not really used Wijnaldum to the best of his abilities, because Wijnaldum I see for the Netherlands isn't the Wijnaldum that I see for Liverpool, which is cool because I think he can play both roles well. But I think Ronaldo actually prefers to be much more of an offensive dude. But if they get him, he's not going to be on the bench. He's starting. He's going to start. Okay, he's going to start. Come on, guys, let's be real, man. So let's move on to our next Shablingi. It's happening, guys. It is happening. Bale has completed his medical and he is flying to London tomorrow. It's real. It is real. This is really happening. So this isn't a rumor. This isn't a thing like that. Shout out to your boy Fabrizio Romano, who's like the new dude. It's happening. It's real. It's very real, and it's happening. So I'm gonna ask the audience. I'm gonna lead this over to the audience. Is this a good deal for Mourinho and for Tottenham? Does he succeed, or are you guys saying in 2020 Bale is washed? Bale is washed. Success or failure? I want to see this because I want to see if Beast Mode can come back. Beast Mode may be dead. Beast Mode may be gone, and Bale maybe could have just thrown away his entire career, and this could just be a total abject failure. But roll with it. Roll with it. Why not roll with it and just see what can say what's up, man? Hey, Roberto Runner, here we go. Madrid are paying 50% of his wages. This is a depression. Well, that's how it has to be for the loan deal. Because look, Zidane just doesn't want it. Zidane doesn't want this dude, and look, I still feel that, and this is what I said before yesterday. I get it. He's not been great. He might be trash. There might be times where he should even be class C. True. For me, it's almost similar to Balotelli, but not to the same degree as Balotelli, where because I've seen you do some truly amazing things, I will always have this belief that, man, maybe, just maybe, based on some of the things I've seen you do, some of the goals that I've seen you score, some of the crazy things you as an individual has been able to pull out. So when I've seen you do that kind of stuff, I'm like, if I was a manager, I'm not selling. I can't do it. Because Bale as a player wouldn't fit into my team in terms of how I want my team to play. That is, everybody's good on the ball. You can dribble. You're very quick. Fence the ball, can move left, look right, and so forth. You have great balance and poise on the ball. You can walk in the inside spaces, make difficult passes, go through the diagonals. Those are the kind of players that I want. So Bale is not really Bale does not have the characteristics of what I would want ideally in my team. But if I'm a manager, I am not. I will never be a philosophy merchant as a manager. I can't do that because if I'm paid that much, I'm here to win. And for me, this dude helps me win because this dude can just score goals out of nothing. So from that point of view, from that setting, from that psychology, I'm like, you know what? For my Madrid fans here in the chat, is this a good decision to let Bale go, where all you have on the right is Rodrigo, Isco, or Vasquez? Vasquez is truly from the road. Rodrigo is talented, but is too young and does not really make an impact. And Isco's best position is the number 10. You know, but for Tottenham, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yes, he wasn't playing anyways, but yeah, no. Side, the whole point that I'm saying is that the problem was that he wasn't playing. That's my thing. The problem that he wasn't playing is that in 2020 you're gonna have more faith in Rodrigo giving you an amazing season than beast mode. Fair enough. I forgot about this dude, Asensio. But then again, will he stay fit? But true, Asensio. And so I thought Odegaard was a number 10. That's what I thought. I thought Odegaard was a number 10. But to Tottenham, guys, look, man, he could fail. But guys, are you truly telling me that this isn't worth the risk? It's exciting because it makes the Premier League exciting. And it means, so right now, Tottenham are like, oh, what's going to happen? And just even the notion of this guy is really coming back to Tottenham. It's coming back to Tottenham as a multiple Champions League winner and so forth. Because, see, I can see this thing failing, for sure. I can see it failing. I can see that Bale comes, doesn't have the spark. He falls out with Mourinho. Just isn't happening. There's a lot of hype. There's a lot of pressure. And as much as people try to force the issue, it simply isn't clicking. And he doesn't even click with the rest of the team. You know? Because my thing is that if he comes into Tottenham, he's got to be the alpha. Like, Harry Kane has got to take a back seat. He's got to take a back seat. Dare I say, I don't know whether Mourinho would do this. Dare I say, I'd be tempted to even make him captain. I'd be tempted to make him captain. So that I want to give the captain armband because I want this team to be you. I want this team to be you, that you're the veteran, you've been there, you've done so. You what? Take this armband. I'd be tempted to do that. For my boy Just Person, what if Bale wins the Premier League Golden Boots and PFA Player of the Year? He won't. But if he does, it would be one of the greatest comebacks in football. Easily. If he comes back, gets Player of the Season and so forth, that would be easily one of the greatest comebacks in football. It would be an absolutely superb, amazing comeback. Let's see, man. Wait, is this real? So he's on 600,000 a week. You see, this is my thing about it is that I keep on saying this, but it just shows that this world is a very sick place. This world is a very sick and weird place. Shout out to your boy, Football United TV man. Shout out to your boy, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. This is a very weird place that we live in. And how do we live in a world where a dude can earn 600,000 for pretty much playing golf? Because he's hardly played any football for the past year, so he's earning 600,000 for playing golf. That's crazy. That is insane. That is absolutely flipping insanity. That's insane. But look, man, Bale. You see, if Bale, I hope Bale is listening to your comments. I hope Bale is on the social media, because if ever there is any motivation to prove people wrong, is by what people are saying. Most people who are in Tottenham fans, literally anybody who are not Tottenham fans, think this guy's going to fail. I have no idea. Let me just be clear here, man, and say all the stuff that I have no idea how this is going to go. I don't know whether he'll be successful or not. So please, just believe me, I don't know whether this will be successful or not. I have no idea. But all I know is this is what I know. What I know is it's worth the risk. It is worth the risk. And that is what risk is. Even if he flops, it was still worth the risk. It was still worth the risk. It was still worth the flipping risk, man. But what do you make of Lampard standing by Kepa as a first team keeper for Chelsea? It's for posterity. It's for posture. He doesn't stand by him. Unless Lampard is a psychopath, he knows that the guy is useless. But I just think that you have to be professional, and you can't come out and crap on your keeper. That's why they're working hard to get Mendy. He knows Kepa is done, but to come out and publicly slate your keeper, it messes with team morale, messes with the dressing room and so forth. So he's going to come out and just be supported until they secure a keeper. Then Kepa can get the heck out of his sides for sure. So now this is an interesting one now. And so you guys think of this. I'm not sure how this works in it. Oh, that's an interesting picture. So when one door closes, another one opens. Also, this guy spelled Jekyll wrong, man. I mean, it's a funny picture, but it's Eden Jekyll, not Eden Jekyll. So Eden. The cannibal should have been the first choice. That should have been the first choice. Cannibal 100% should have been the first choice. So them, and I feel that they've still missed out on it, because I mean, they said the cannibal is going to Italy, but he's going to Italy to gain I think he's going to Italy to gain an EU passport or something. Because they say that he's going to Italy to get an Italian passport, because I think the move fell down because he doesn't have an Italian passport. But my thing though is that that's such a weird thing. So if in Spain, don't you have, if he has a Spanish passport, doesn't that work for the EU as well? So if he's like a Spanish citizen or something, because I'm sure he must be a Spanish citizen because he's been there for such a long time. How would that be a hindrance? Because if he's got a Spanish passport, why would it be so difficult to make him move to Italy? I mean, Dzeko, for me, Dzeko is a upper tier 3 striker. And I think that might be his ceiling, is upper tier 3. So he's between tier 3 and upper tier 3. This isn't, if they get Dzeko, it's a good signing. But I don't think it's anything to get excited about. I think if you were to offer Juve fans, who would you rather have in 2020, Dzeko or the Cannibal? You'd go with the Cannibal in 2020, because Dzeko is still good and so forth. But you would probably go with Homeboy. You'd probably go with Homeboy. So the Cannibal didn't get a Spanish passport though. So basically, he's been living with a permit, which I think is stupid because, like, why would you stay in Spain for that long and not even have a flipping thingy passport? See, my thing though is, will he get enough goals to support Cristiano? Because Cristiano is going to guarantee you like 16, 17, 18 goals. You're going to get guaranteed goals from Cristiano. He will always guarantee you goals because he will always find a way to get goals. So the issue is, can you get a player like a Benzema who can help facilitate and work with Cristiano for him to get more goals? Or can you get another dude who can, off his own back, get goals himself? In Dzeko, I don't know, man. The thing about Dzeko, though, that different from the Cannibal, he's a target man. So him being a target man, I think, in terms of holding up the ball and trying to bring people into the game, specifically a Douglas Costa, a Dybala, or Cristiano, maybe from a structural viewpoint, that could work. But my thing, though, is this is a very different striker from the Cannibal. They're very different. Like, what you get from the Cannibal is totally different from what you get from an Edin Dzeko. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, I don't know because look, for Juventus, man, I'll keep it real with you, man. I'll keep it real with you. They did good getting Cristiano, you know, but there is nothing that shows me from Juventus that tells me, okay, this is a team that can do something and make a big impact in the Champions League. Because look, Juventus, every season, the main thing is Champions League. It is the Champions League. Juve fans, you can't be content with winning this Serie A every season. You can be happy. You can be joyous because it's still a trophy, and obviously you want to dominate your country in Italy. But for a club of your stature and so forth, as much as AC Milan have suffered, Milan can still say, what's up to you? Because Milan can be like, fine, you've won all these league titles. We have 7 European trophies. How many do you have? 2? You know? And Cristiano didn't come here to just win a whole bunch of Serie A titles. Come on, bro. Come on. You know? He didn't come all the way here just to win a bunch of Serie A titles. He came here to try and say, what's up? He came here to try and say, what's up? So, it's strange. It's strange, this one. But look, flip side. It's not an exciting signing. He's not a major, amazing striker. But if it works, it works. Sometimes getting a player who may not be amazing on paper, but in practice, on the pitch, may actually be truly amazing. So it just depends on how it just goes in practice, man. I don't think you realize how poor we are compared to most top teams. And my thing, Gallo, is how are Juventus poor? How are Juventus poor? Like, how is a major club like Juventus poor? You know, and surely didn't you make enough money from the shirt sales and the merchandising from your boy Cristiano? Surely that would have given you a lot of cash. So I don't understand how you guys would have been poor. All right, let's now go to some problematic news. This club is suffering. This club is suffering. I mean, this has to rank as one of the most crazy years for a club. Actually, before I even show this dude, I think we should even show this dude instead. Before I show this dude, guys, I need your help here, guys. I need your help here. Okay, let me get this straight. You told all of us that this dude was sacked. That's what you said. Because If you lose 8-2, and as Barcelona coach, you get sacked the moment that referee puts the whistle to match. You probably get sacked mid-game. So he was probably sent a text during the 70th minute or so. He was probably sent that text when Coutinho scored the second goal. So you told us he was sacked. Lo and behold, you didn't actually officially sack him because you didn't actually have enough money to pay him off. Because obviously, when you sack someone, severance paid. You have to give them severance. Those are the rules. So this, you messed up so badly that the coach you hired can't even be on the touchline ban because he's still not officially the coach, because you've not actually officially sacked this dude. I mean, like, I get it, COVID. COVID has come in and it said was. I get it. I understand. I get it. But the fact is, as of right now, he's actually still legally the manager of Barcelona. So I think he still has legal grounds to still be on the touchline for that game against Villarreal. So at the moment, we're now hearing that he's now going to be taking Barcelona to court for not being paid properly. This is wild. I told you, the way Barcelona have been run and so forth is embarrassing. Because mind you that you're a major club. You're not a small club. You are a major club, and this is how you're being run. And the thing about it is that it's what Messi was alluding to. Because see, you will say, okay, Messi, how can you? I still think it's weird that he's still the captain, because he has still insulted, because the board still represents the club and so forth. But he was insulting the board and how these guys run things. And the way that they've just handled the Messi situation, the Cannibal situation, who still has not even left for Juventus, but he's there, but he's not there. Vidal is there, he's not there. They're waiting for people. Things are happening in transition. And then how they've now handled this thingy with setting and so forth, just shows that this club is a mess. This club is a mess. And the thing about it is, everything is connected. I don't know of any club that has been successful on the pitch where things behind the scenes are completely upside down. Because everything is connected to everything. Everything is interconnected. So it's just sad to because with every single, isn't this guy supposed to be done for like stealing money or something? So I think they've even taken this dude to court. so this guy now has to go and face charges now. It's a mess. So Lord only knows what this Barcelona team will look like when they get onto the pitch. And don't see, it's so crazy. Like, Sean Walsh, he's now, he basically shared this video of Messi doing this amazing pass. Like, this was a superb pass that he did in a friendly. And I said, Sean, this is a superb, great pass and so forth. Well done. Who the hell are these guys playing? Those guys look like if they took some guys from Philippines, San Quentin and Alcantara and said, you guys, please come and play. They probably took some guys from that Paraguayan prison that's Dino stayed in. To say, who the hell are these guys? Who are these flipping dudes? But the latest, which is what they said, is that so apparently a vote of no confidence has been given to Bartomeu, and I think they've reached the threshold of 20,000 signatures. So I think, because they said that the elections are in March, but maybe Homeboy could be voted out earlier on. So what you could find is somehow Messi winning. So Bartomeu may be removed by March, a new chairman may come in, and then you may see Messi sign a contract extension. But I don't see Messi extending his contract if these guys are still trash. So if these guys are still trash and they're still garbage, I don't see him extending his contract. From my boy Dan, thank you. Super chat says, Juve v Barca, who wins in a one-off game? Right now, Juventus win. Right now, because Juventus are just in a much better shape, and I think Cristiano would completely pulverize the defense. Now, if you just say 15-20 games, because again, I don't know how Koeman looks like. So you're going to see what Ronald Koeman's team looks like, and then we can then roll through there. All right, guys, look, man, that is all that's all the topics for today. Send in my questions, guys. Like the vid. Like that vid. Hit the like button. Doesn't cost you anything. Doesn't cost you a dime, but it helps with the video. So hit that like button. Just take a moment and hit that like button. Strike that like button, man. Like the button. I'm giving you this beautiful content crack, man. This beautiful content crack. So, guys, send in your questions, guys. Send in your questions, man. Sunday. We're building up for Sunday. Liverpool against Chelsea. Let's live. Real Sociedad against Real Madrid. I think is on Sunday as well. Tomorrow, Bayern against Schalke. And we're going to see a boy Leroy Sané. Now, I wanted to see what Leroy Sané looks like. Leroy Sané and your boy Alfonso Davies. Thoughts on Giroud to Juventus? That could work. You see, Giroud is one of those guys that you call a very useful brick. Like, Giroud is a prime Class C brick. Because, see, Class C bricks are essentially bricks, but they still can be useful. And I think Giroud at Juventus, you see, if you just ignore him getting goals and he's just there to act as a facilitator for Cristiano, Dybala, and Costa, I think he could be good. Similar to Benzema. How many goals did Benzema score during the whole Cristiano era? But he was there to help facilitate and create a platform for Cristiano to say what's up. So it could work, But again, do you want a guy to just help Cristiano score goals, which means that it's putting more pressure on a 35, 36-year-old Cristiano? Or do you want to get another striker who can get goals off himself? So I think that getting like an Aguero, a Harry Kane, or an Aubameyang would work better than getting a Giroud, because getting Giroud still puts a lot of massive pressure on Cristiano getting those goals. From your boy Harry Kane, think the super just Harry Kane. Will Messi stay at Barcelona if they win La Liga or CL? If they win La Liga, I still think he leaves. If they win the Champions League, there is a good chance that he stays. I think that Messi, I think that Messi is obsessed. He is obsessed with winning another Champions League. And that has always been a major, big priority for him. I think this was just a hot season because, wow, he's never experienced a trophy-less season for such a long time. But his obsession is with that CL. He desperately wants that CL. So it is a weird one. I think if he was to win the CL with Barcelona, it depends on how they do it. It's a difficult one. Because I feel that if they win the Champions League and he sees that, wow, this team can grow and there's something for this team, he may stay. But if they win the Champions League and it just feels as if, we've just maxed out and we've pushed this team to the peak and we've gotten the best out of a peak here, out of Alba, Busquets, and so forth. And it's like, you know what? This is a good way to roll out. I won the Champions League. I went off on a success. Cool. Because I think Messi, if he could leave Barcelona, he would want to leave Barcelona in a triumphant way. So, and my thing though is that he may have still wanted to leave this season if they'd won the CL. So this could be a thing of where he still wants to leave, generally. Because he wants one more CL. But if he can have 2 or 3 more, he will gladly take it. Probably in his interview, he said that I want to compete. I want to compete because I still feel I can give 2-3 years of great football and I still feel like I'm playing at a very high level. And I can't be playing at a very high level and not reap the rewards because the rest of my class, of my teammates are complete gutter trash. So that's the thing. It's just in terms of what the team looks like. It just depends on what the team looks like. How will Bale perform? Bro, that is the $1 million question. That is the $1 million question, which is why I swear to you, I have no idea. I have no idea. Because on one hand, you've hardly played for a long time. You obviously, we don't know where your mind is at, so you could come and just completely flop and just not be good. And remember, the Premier League is very tough and very hard. You know, it's a tough, fast league. So he could just be like, man, flop. But at the same time, we know what he can do. So if he can bring that in, it'd be amazing. Put it this way. I said it's a risk, but I'll be admit with you, there is more of a chance of this being a flop than him succeeding. Based on what we know and what's on the table, I would say there's a, it could be 60-40. Yeah, 60% chance this is a failure, 40% chance that it's a success. So those are some crazy odds, but it is what it is, man. Who gets sacked first, Lampard or your hairline? Lampard. There we go. Lampard. How about that? You know, Lampard gets sacked first. I mean, weird thing. I told you, my hairline is great, so I didn't even know why you're saying the thing about my hairline, man. There's some strange people in this world. I told you, there's some truly strange people in this world. What is you guys saying? Who is under more pressure now, Bale or Mourinho? Mourinho. Because people already think Bale has sort of failed. So literally, so if Bale comes and he flops, Bale will be like, all right, it is what it is. Well, you guys already thought I was going to fail, so it is what it is. I think for Mourinho, he was already under a little bit of pressure, based on you're here to bring in a trophy and so forth. You now have a full season, especially after that loss against Everton. And now the fact that Bale has now come in and say, okay, look, you brought Bale, you also brought Region as well. You've now made some top tier signings. You now have to deliver, because people say, we feel you now have the players and the expertise and the talent to be able to say what's up. So you should be able to succeed. So the fact that they're unable to do that could be like, could be a bit problematic. Who is the bigger Tottenham legend, Bale or Kane? First of all, they've not won anything, so it's hard because you can't really put that to it. I would feel it's Bale. And I just think Bale because I don't think Harry Kane has ever made the kind of impact that Bale did. Put it this way, Bale made such an impact for Tottenham that he ended up becoming the most expensive player in the world. So that just showed you how good he was. That not only did he become the most expensive player in the world, he was bought by the biggest club in the world. Sorry, has Harry Kane ever been on Real Madrid's radar or Barcelona's radar? I don't think so. So I think, but Tottenham fans may argue that based on Harry Kane's consistency, how many goals that he has scored and so forth, they may say like he's probably given more to Tottenham than Bale. So I think Tottenham fans would say Kane, especially the fact that he's still at Tottenham. So Tottenham fans would definitely say Kane is the bigger legend. But if you're being realistic and you're comparing what both guys did for the club, I think Bale, actually, that season that Bale had was phenomenal. It was a phenomenal season that guy Bale had, because I've never seen one man completely rip open teams the way that he did. Because remember, Bale was scoring goals all on his own. The guy was just running 40-50 yards top corner, 40-50 yards top corner. So he was a one-man wrecking ball. So he was just doing things that Kane was not able to do. Will Mo get top 4 this season? Actually, when I picked my top four, I did say yes. I did say yes, but it's difficult to say. At the moment, I think he gets fourth. But come back to me in 2 months. But in 2 months' time, he could get sacked. I mean, if they sack Uncle Mooman, I mean, that would just be a disaster. That would just be a complete disaster if they sack Uncle Mooman. What do you get? What else you guys say, man? What else you guys say, man? What do you think of the new Barca team under Koeman? He wants to play the Us on the left, Messi in the right, Depay in the 10, and Griezmann up front. Let's see how it looks like in practice. You see, my thing about it is that I think Messi has always said that he'll do whatever the manager wants, and it'll be interesting to see a throwback of Messi out on the right. And I think that Messi being put out wide could be very effective because he'll have more space, attract less attention, and we all know that 1v1 Messi 9 times out of 10 is going to beat you. So I just think him sort of like going back to his inside forward days and so forth, and he can always blend in on the inside and try to create something. I think that could be really interesting. And you have like either a Depay or a Griezmann as the number 10. Griezmann up front, I don't know how that works because I think it would be advisable if you got to just get a striker. Because I don't think the false nine is going to be I'm not sure how successful that will be, especially if you're now looking into the Champions League. I don't think Barcelona would be able to beat like a Liverpool or a Man City or a Bayern Munich if they go small. Now, if you go small in La Liga, you'll get points just virtue by talent. But when you're now in the Champions League, where like you now are facing guys just as talented as you are, it would be advisable if they get a striker. Griezmann as a striker, I'm not sure how well that would work, bro. I'm not sure how well that would work. Alright, let's see what you guys are saying, man. Thoughts on the worst coach in Premier League history? Frank de Boer coaching Netherlands. Sorry, thoughts about the Frank de Boer coaching Netherlands. Yeah, I think wasn't it that he lost 5 games? So he only had 5 games and he lost all 5. And I think he either got sacked or he resigned. I think they sacked him. Mad. You see, again, I still don't know why Koeman left Netherlands. And I just think it's crazy that for Koeman, he had more passion and much more of a desire to coach Barcelona than he did to coach. So basically, he had a greater desire to coach Barcelona than he did to coach the Netherlands, which is crazy. So because my thing is that look, the boys on the same manager as Koeman, and I think Netherlands were on a really good road with Koeman. And it would have been very interesting to see them at the Euros. Even if they didn't have, even if the Euros were this summer, I think Netherlands would have been an outside threat, even without the pie, based on how good the team was under Koeman. So with the Boer, I just don't know how good they will be, because he will have a different philosophy and a different approach from Koeman. So yeah, man, I think the Netherlands, they lost out big time over there. Big time. What the heck? Will Inter compete with Juve again, or will the Conte effect wear off? I think losing the Europa League is a big blow. Yeah, man, they had it. They had it in their grasp. I still feel that was a penalty that wasn't given on Lukaku, but they had it there, man. 1,000 impact, they will compete with Juve because they competed with Juve last season. They improved with Vidal, and we still don't know how good Pirlo, a totally inexperienced manager, is going to do with Juventus. And I think there is huge pressure on Inter Milan this season. Because you have the experience of Conte, you only lost by a point and so forth. Juventus have not really bought any major signings, and they've got a guy who just got his coaching license like yesterday as their coach. So if you're unable to really win in this circumstance, then Inter Milan, you really outbreaks. Inter should have won last season because Juventus were not very good. It just shows you how much of a disgrace the Serie A is. Juventus were literally were handed the title on a plate for Lazio Inter, but Lazio Inter said, nah, it's cool. We'll just keep effing up. We'll keep messing 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 up. So, totally wild, man. Totally wild. The Conte effect will wear off, but I don't think it will wear off this coming season. I think, you know what? I'm going to keep to what I said. That I will continue to say Juventus will win the Serie A until someone else wins. It makes no sense for me to bet against a team who have won it 9 times in a row. It makes no sense. So I'm going for 10 times in a row, man. So why is Harry Kane in Spurs? It's been proven they play better without him. I would take Arnold with a seizure over Kane. God damn, that's deep, man. Kane scores goals. And you should always have a goal scorer in your team because goals win games. But you are right that you're right in a sense of Tottenham are quicker and they're faster and they're much more direct without Kane. So a smart manager and a brave manager would actually look at specific games and not play Kane. Go with Moura, Son, Lo Celso, or someone, And I think that if with Bale coming in, a very interesting lineup could be Son, Bale, and Moura. That could be a very interesting attacking lineup. So, but see, again, we always go back to that CL final. Would it really have been that brave a decision to not start Kane? You can always bring him on in the second half, but to start a player who hasn't played in 2 months is crazy. Because this isn't, if it's Messi or Cristiano, you take the risk because you know what they can do. So people say, oh my gosh, it's Harry Kane, you have to start Harry Kane. Wait a minute. What the heck has Harry Kane done to put him in a position where if he's not played for 2 months, he should still start a Champions League final after not playing for 2 months? No. That is what you do with a Messi or a Cristiano. Like, if Messi was Cristiano, I'm not played for 5 months, but they're fit for a CL final, you play them. You play them. And it's like, you will always defend it. Even if they flop it, like, now I will do it 10 times out of 10 because we know what they're capable of. Harry Kane in that. So that's just wild, man. Right, so what else are thy lights say, man? When will we have a discussion about how great Conte is? He's so bad in Europe. Conte is literally a dude that looks at an average team and can make an average team better. That is what a Conte does. He's like, look at an average team. Okay, this seems average. Aha, this is how I can now take them over the top. I would not call Conte an elite manager. Because if you're an elite manager, you have to do better in Europe. And he simply just has not done better in Europe. Like, Europa League is probably the best he's ever done in European competition. And I think my perception of him would have changed if he had won that Europa League, which he should have. He should have won that game against Villa. Like, the game was there to be won. But I think that the fact that he failed so miserably for Juventus in Europe means that he's a very good manager and he is great at getting the best out of an average team. You cannot deny that. Like, that Premier League that he won for Chelsea was amazing. How he changed the formation, changed the system, repositioned Victor Moses, put him in a different position, and that became effective. That's great management. So what he did for Italy, that was a very average Italy side who managed to beat Spain, and they only lost to Germany on penalties. So that's my thing, man. That's my thing. Like, he isn't elite. He isn't elite, you know. So that's my thingy there, man. But look, man, Man City. Let's just be real, all right. I'm gonna just random thoughts in my mind, man. Man City. Pep Guardiola. Does he ever win a Champions League with Man City? Those are two things in my mind is, does he ever win a Champions League with Man City? How long does he stay at this club? Is this going to be like literally like a long-term thing? Is this like 2, 3, 4, 5 years? Because my thing is, similar to Juventus and Cristiano, if he never wins the Champions League, technically it's not a failure because 100 points, 98 points, you throw an FA Cup in there, you throw a Carabao Cup and stuff in there. So you could say technically it's not because he did win trophies and he did have a record-breaking season. But too much money has been spent to just say, there we go, Champions League. There we go, Premier League. Too much money has been spent. It's the same thing with PSG. Okay, fine, you can stack up with all of your Ligons and everything. And now they're saying that Tuchel might get sacked. But PSG spent all this money with the belief that we're going to win. That we're going to win the league. We're going to win the Champions League. We are investing. This investment is for a Champions League winning side. So that's my thing, man. That's my thing. It's like, because I told you my pick for the Champions League this season was Man City. I felt that, look, they've got to get it right. They have to get it right. Like, they've been so unlucky. They've predicted that this is, especially with how they messed up in the league, they will be focused. But for me, the manner in which they lost to Lyon and how Pep so bricked it has me thinking that I don't know how they'll just snap and it will just happen for them, you know. Like, I just think this was particularly damning. This was particularly damning, the way that they messed this one up, man. So, yeah, man. And look, as I told you, like, I'm not here to bully Pep and to go against it, but guys, let's just be real. You won 2 Champions Leagues with a team that people consider one of the greatest sides ever, and the core of that side was Spain. So you do deserve some credits because you were the manager, you coached them, and you gave them a particular philosophy and so forth. But Luis Enrique also won with these guys, and he also won a treble with these guys. And I think Pep has always known this, that Pep does feel that people don't give him as much credit for those wins as they should, because they just focus on the amounts of amazing players you have. Because yes, you see, when FC Porto won the Champions League, or really when even Inter Milan won, you have to look at what Mourinho did. Or even when Liverpool won it in 2005, you have to look at what Benitez did, specifically what he did in the dressing room. And you see, what Benitez did with Liverpool is greater than what Pep did with Barcelona, because that Liverpool side had no business beating that AC Milan side. Because I still reject this, because if you give up a 3-0 lead, I think you're trash. But Pirlo, Seedorf, Crespo, Maldini, Nesta, I mean, Shevchenko, that's Cafu. That's an all-star team. That's an all-star team. Like, Barcelona were like man for man. Barcelona were always the better team in both of those finals. In those 2 finals, they were always the better team, man for man. So forget about just man for man; they were the better team. Like in 2009, you had Samuel Eto'o, who we have to have a dialogue as to Eto'o being one of the best strikers of the generation and where Eto'o truly should sit in terms of all-time strikers. Fair enough, it was not really peak Henry, but it's still Henry. And he had Messi, and he had Iniesta, and he had Xavi. Okay, and Xavi people consider best midfielder of his generation. Iniesta, people may say top 10 midfielders of all time. So you had all-time players in that team, which Benitez didn't have. Is Gerrard an all-time player? Is Javi Alonso an all-time player? Milan Barros? Come on, man. So, because whenever I look at achievements, I told you I am a degree of difficulty merchant. That is one stat I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with the degree of difficulty. Did you succeed in a very difficult situation? What players did you have? How good was your team? And who did you face? Who did you beat? And I still don't understand how Juventus lost that 2017 final, man. Still don't understand, man. Shocking. Is it fair to compare City and Barca with how they've been knocked out in the Champions League last season? No, because Man City didn't get beat 8-2. Like Man City, they lost 3-1. It was a bad loss. They made a lot of mistakes. They didn't get beat 8-2. Barcelona, they got liked. Barcelona got revolutionized 8-2. Barcelona have a wing. They have a wing. Guys, how many times have we even seen 8-2 over 2 legs? We don't even see 8-2 in 180 minutes. Barcelona lost 8-2 in 90 minutes. Not a single goal from Bayern was from a penalty. Every single goal was from open play. It is such, I don't even know how those Barcelona guys can even walk onto the pitch. And the thing about this is that, look, Messi, you've done amazing things. You are history. You are a legend. But Wikipedia is Wikipedia. Oh, 10 to Arsenal Bayern. Okay, there you go. 10. Wow. 10 to Jesus. But see, Wikipedia is Wikipedia. And Messi, history will remember that you were on a Barcelona side that lost 8-2 in a Champions League knockout game. That goes into history. That goes into flipping history, man. Would Bielsa be a better fit as Barcelona instead of Koeman? Koeman is going to fill the team with Dutch bricks. You see, my thing is that people have been very harsh on Wijnaldum, Depay, and so forth. Because my thing is that, okay, they may not be these top tier players, but all that matters is team chemistry and team ethos. And until they play and become bricks and they fail, I think it's unfair just to judge them so harshly and so quickly like that. Bielsa at Barcelona, I think that's still risky. That is still risky. Because, first of all, if Bielsa comes in, do Barcelona have the players to give him in order to succeed? I think that Barcelona need a responsible kind of manager who can really restructure the team and get the defense. Basically, the key thing is the defense. Because look, Barcelona have quality. They will always find ways of scoring. But the key thing is about not conceding easy goals, which is what they've been doing. So, that's my thing, man. Bielsa would be risky. And look, my thing with Koeman is chill. Let's see how this goes. Let's just see how this goes. I think it is so unfair to sort of judge Koeman before a single game has been played. Guys, a game has not yet been flipping played. Can a guy live? Can a guy live? Come on, man. All right, let's just see him. What else are you guys saying, man? How is Joe Cole in greats and Ashley Cole is a legend, Roberto Carlos is a great on your website? Because, so let's just pick one by one. Joe Cole, I still view Joe Cole as the most talented English player that I've ever seen. In my lifetime, just based on his talent and what he did, he's the most talented player that I've ever seen. And for me, I'm putting him in there based on his ability. And his ability just was not realized. So, but his ability was outstanding. Same thing with JJ Okocha. Never really moved to a club. He never really won major trophies and everything. But just based on Okocha's talent, I have to put him there as a great. Ashley Cole is, to me, the best left back of all time. There's not a better left back than Ashley Cole, because in terms of defending, 1v1, tackling, crossing, balance on the ball, bring the ball forward, and be able to walk on both ends is amazing. This thing about Roberto Carlos, I think people just see that free kick he did and how good he was going forward. How good was Roberto Carlos defensively? How good was he within a positional sense? Because you cannot tell me that in terms of just defending and 1v1 tackling, Roberto Carlos was as good as Ashley Cole. No way. Heck no. So when we just compare and balance the both of going forward and defending, overall Ashley Cole is superior to Roberto Carlos. So for Roberto Carlos, I'm going to put him in there as a great rather than as a legend. Because when you look at the legends, so you have your boy Rivaldo there, you have your boy Bart Simpson, Lamb there, you have all these guys in there. Those are basically the legends in the Hall of Fame on the website. Legends are the guys just below the horsemen. So legends are guys these are close to being, these are guys who you can almost put an argument for them to be horsemen, but they only just miss us. So the legends are the guys on the cusp of being horsemen, and greats are these are just superb, amazing greats. These are great players who were as individuals. Because remember, the Hall of Fame is you as an individual. So it isn't about trophies won and what you succeeded at, because Stefan Givash has a World Cup. Okay, Stefan Givash has a World Cup. It's what you did in the game as an individual, man. So that's how it rolls, man. Wait, do you listen to what you're saying? Joe Cole is a great, not a legend. Okay, he's a great, not a legend, and that's just in terms of him as an individual. So that is 2 tiers below Horseman. What if West Ham kept all their best? Lampard, Cole, Fernand, Defoe. It's the same thing with it's the same thing with what was it? It's the same thing with Monaco and Dortmund. Like, if those guys kept their players. So, like, you look at like Carroll, Joe Cole, Lampard, Ferdinand, Defoe, those are quality players. And if, let's say, there was like a ban on how many players you could take from guys, if West Ham kept all of those dudes, allowed them to develop, unless they kept like Harry Redknapp, West Ham would have an amazing team. They would have an amazing team. But look at Monaco. Monaco had Mbappe, Bernardo Silva, Fabinho, Mendy. I think they had Falcao in there as well. Like, those guys had a team. But it is the cruel nature of football, man. The cruel nature of football. You see, I think the thing about when people are talking about Roberto Carlos, I think that because he's Brazilian and just what he did on the phone and so forth, people like Roberto Carlos, but and basically, you see, this is where it's about the name and so forth. As like, if he was like Ashley Colidio, guys, we're pretty real. I am not a fan of Ashley Cole the man. Okay, Ashley Cole the man and so forth. That's why they call him Ashley Cole. So this is purely from an objective footballing standpoint. You cannot tell me that Roberto Carlos is a better left back than Ashley Cole. You can't, because Roberto Carlos defending is just not as good as Ashley Cole. It simply isn't. It simply just isn't as good as Ashley Cole, man. So that's how it. Wait, guys, is there like an argument happening in this live chat? I think some people are going after your boy. Harry Redknapp was a good coach, man. Don't sleep on Harry Redknapp. Harry Redknapp was a good coach. Don't sleep on that dude, man. Put some respect on Harry Redknapp's name, man. Put some respect on Harry Redknapp's name. Martial. So these guys had Martial. They had Mbappe. They had Bernardo Silva. They had Fabinho. They had Mendy. Those guys had a team. Like, how it would make the Champions League so interesting if Dortmund kept their players, Ajax kept their players, Monaco kept their players. If they were allowed to just keep their players, the Champions League would be crazy. It would be crazy, and for sure, Dortmund or Monaco would at least win a CL for sure, or even Ajax. I mean, look at how good that Ajax team was. But if you keep breaking them, it's just harsh, you know. It's just harsh how these things keep on happening, man. There is no way in the hell I'm watching Mayweather versus Logan Paul. Get the heck out of here, man. All right, what else was you guys saying, man? Oh, okay. So Martial came, yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, because Martial was there before Mbappe. But my thing though is, if Monaco had kept Martial, and he was there when Mbappe then came through, that's my thing. Then Monaco would have had a truly amazing team. They would have a truly amazing team, and I think, especially for the Champions League and just for football, the more good teams we have and the more amazing players that we have spread around, I just think the better it will be, man. Guys, that's all from your boy, man. That's all from your boy. Thank you for joining me. I am now going to prepare myself a late night meal and maybe watch a movie. I might even be on Twitch, do some Pro Evo, or maybe play some of my Switch. So guys, stay true, stay well, stay real, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the Q&A. Stay real. Peace out. Become a Patreon member. Gain access to my blog, get access to exclusive videos, and also get access to the podcast, to the Saturday and the Sunday hangouts. Head over to patreon.com/halfup to gain all these goodies while also supporting your boy HH.